We're going to stay on this issue and go to Imriel Morgan alongside Tiller there, and Preston also.
I know a lot of people, I have access to a predominantly black British audience, and a lot of the concerns that they have raised alongside I have myself.
Is that you, Terry?
You are
Terry?
going to increase the fear and discrimination of...
You spend too much time at that pub. We're going to be late now.
Sorry?
I told you we got some leaflets to deliver.
No, you did.
Well, sit down, I'll get you dinner, and then we can get this lot out.
I take a very strong pro-Commonwealth view. I think it was very bad, wrong of us.
I don't think I want any dinner.
Oh, of course you do. Anyway, I've got it all ready now.
Australian-style point system,
Hey.
rather than...
You see what Farage is saying now? He wants an Australian point system. What do you think of that? He wants an Australian point system, but he hates foreigners.
Well...
And what sort of a Prime Minister calls a referendum when he doesn't need to?
Well...
I'll tell you what, Terry, one with not many brain cells.
I don't see what's so strange about it.
What do you mean you don't see what's so strange about it? Don't you know anything, Terry? You never ask the electorate to decide on an issue like leaving the European Union. That's what we elect governments for, Terry.
You didn't complain in the 70s when we had a referendum about joining the EEC.
Oh, don't be facetious, Terry. That was completely different.
Cameron has promised us a referendum and now he's given us one. What's so strange about it?
I didn't ask for a referendum, Terry. Did you ask for a referendum?
Well, it won't make any difference anyway.
What do you mean it won't make any difference?
Well, it's not like we're going to vote leave, is it?
How can we possibly know that, Terry? Where did you get your crystal ball from? I wouldn't mind getting one myself.
Oh, come on. There's more chance that Leicester City win the Premier League than Britain voting to leave the European Union.
Well, that's just typical of you, Terry. Talking about football when we're facing the most important political issue for years. What's the matter with you?
Nothing.
Have you taken your tablets?
Of course I have.
Well, we don't want another hospital episode like last time. Now, if you're worried about the Remain campaign, there's no need. It's all in hand. Linda from next door has been working really hard on it.
It's not the Remain campaign I'm worried about.
You know the Leaves are 8-1 against at the bookies. 8-1. I mean, not often the bookies get it wrong, is it? You never see a poor bookie. God knows they've had enough of your money, Terry. No, we'll get through this, just like we did in the 70s.
Yeah, maybe.
There's no maybe about it, Terry. We did it in 75 and we'll do it again now. You know, it's times like this when I wish your dad was still with us.
Might have known you'd bring him into it.
Now there was a real man. When he walked into the room, he lit the whole place up. Hey, do you remember it, Terry? Town Hall, 22nd of March, 1975. Say yes to Europe rally. What a night. Yeah. You know, when he stood up to speak, he held everyone in the palm of his hand.
And don't I know it?
Cut your dad in half and he'd have EEC stamped right through him. I'll tell you what, Terry, us girls on the factory floor would have followed him anywhere.
Well, he certainly followed him into the common market, all right.
We all did, Terry. We all did. It was the right thing to do then, and it's the right thing to do now. Oh, do you remember the party that we had when the referendum result was announced, Terry?
Of course I do.
And after, Terry, eh? You remember that night?
Of course I do.
Get stuck in, love. You need to keep your strength up for the campaign. It's getting very nasty out there. What's the matter with your dinner? Oh, come on, let me do it. You won't piss with these things. There. Now, get stuck in. Now, come on. I promise we get these leaflets down to that new estate. There's some leave waivers there. Need a gentle push in the right direction. Are you listening, Terry? What's the matter with you?
Nothing.
Well, get tucked in, love.
Look, I need to tell you something.
Do you know, if Leave win, which God forbid, I've got a horrible feeling we'll end up with Barmy Boris as Prime Minister. Oh, can you imagine it? And Herr Gove as Deputy. Oh, I wouldn't trust either of them as far as I could throw them. No, you couldn't make it up, Terry. You could not make it up.
The thing is, I can't do it.
It's only a few leaflets, Terry. It won't kill you.
I can't.
We'll be back by now and we can still watch Game of Thrones.
No, I can't.
You love Game of Thrones.
The thing is...
The thing is what, Terry?
The thing is...
Oh, for God's sake, Terry, spit it out.
I'm voting Leave.
You daft bugger. Look what you made me do. You made me drop your dad.
Did you hear what I said?
Well, for a second there, I thought you said you were going to vote Leave.
I did.
Oh, stop messing about, Terry.
I'm not messing
Of
about.
course you are.
And that's not all.
What do you mean?
There's something else.
What do you mean there's something else?
I didn't vote to stay in the EC in 1975 either.
No. No, you're being stupid now. Of course you voted to stay in the common market in 75. We all did. The whole family did. We're a pro-European family. We had a party afterwards to celebrate the result.
Yes, I know, but...
We were dancing in the street. You, me, your dad and Mam.
I know, but...
And during the party, we snuck upstairs, and that's where we conceived our Johan.
I know, but...
And you persuaded me to let you name him after that Dutch footballer, Johan Cruyff Smith.
That was nothing to do with Europe.
Well, it was for me, Terry. It was for me. No. Yeah, me on, aren't you, stupid bugger?
For once in your life, listen to what I'm telling you. I voted against staying in the common market in 75, and I'll be voting to leave it this time round.
Well, if you did betray us in 75, which I don't believe, have you thought for a moment what an insult it would be to your dad if you now vote Leave? Oh my God, I can hardly get the word out.
This has nothing to do with Dad.
You know what he went through in the war. Do you not remember what he always used to say?
Of course I do. He never shut up about it.
Well, as you seem to have forgotten that you're his son, let me remind you, Terry. He said that anyone like him who'd been through the war would never want to see Europe divided again.
No.
Were you not listening?
Don't be like that, love.
Don't be like that, love. You've hidden this treachery from me for 40 years. And all you can say is, don't be like that, love.
It wasn't treachery.
Bloody well was.
It's a secret ballot.
Oh, well, of course, secrets are your thing, aren't they, Terry? You like your little secrets.
Oh, and what do you mean by that?
You know exactly what I mean.
Right, well, perhaps it's best if I nip back down to the pub again.
Oh,
Things
no.
cool down.
Sit down. I just want to know why you've never mentioned anything till now. I mean, it's not like I'm someone who doesn't listen.
No, of course you're not. Anyway, you never asked.
Never asked. Never. Why would I ask?
Anyway, I could never find the right moment.
Never find the right. In 40 years? You're yellow.
Look, I could hardly say something while Dad was alive. Not that he ever listened anyway. Not to me. Or my mum, for that matter.
When did you become so self-absorbed, Terry?
Me?
Well, at least Dad never found out. At least we've got that. Oh, I feel sick. So, let's just get this right. You mean to tell me that all those years ago, when we went upstairs and conceived our Johan, you just voted no to Europe?
Oh, you're being silly now.
Well, I'll tell you what, Terry, it would have been me voting no. You can rely on that. Oh, I would never have married you if I'd known you'd voted no. Oh, I feel violated.
Look, I'm not a monster. I just don't want to be ruled from Brussels by unelected bureaucrats. I never did. Aren't I allowed an opinion?
Opinion? Oh, when did you ever have an opinion? No, you've been reading the Daily Mail.
Then there's the migrants.
I beg your pardon?
Well, I think there are too many of them.
Too many? What are you talking about? You take your car to the Kosovan car wash every other week. And you never shut up about that Romanian girl down the bookies.
Well, I don't mean them, do I? I mean, they can stay. Of course they can.
Oh, you hypocrite. You'll be telling me next you join UKIP.
No, don't be daft.
Well, thank God for small mercies.
Yeah. But I do think Nigel Farage talks a lot of sense.
Nigel Farage talks a lot of... Are you not well, Terry?
Look, I'll come back later when you've calmed down.
No, you won't.
And what do you mean by that?
I mean, no, Terry. This is the end. Finito. I've put up with your women, but I can't sleep with a fascist. No, I can't live with you anymore. If you're so in love with leave, that's exactly what you can do. Go on, go, Judas. That's my suitcase.
I know it is. This is my mum's family house. Oh, and by the way, my mum voted no in 75 as well. You didn't know that about her either, did you, eh? You moved in when you were pregnant with our Johan. So if anyone's leaving, it's you.
Well, I'll tell you this, Terry. If you hadn't promised me it would never happen again, I'd say there's more to this than the referendum. Well, you've gone very quiet, Terry. So, who is it? Can't be that Romanian girl from the bookies. She's way out of your league. And anyway, you don't like them anymore, do you? So let's see, Terry. The pub? Oh no. It's not Rough Kim. Slim but dim, is it?
Yeah, but at least she listens to what I've got to say.
Well, I tell you what, Terry, after what you've told me, that's fine. She's welcome to you. But she's not getting her size 8 backside under the table in this house, I can tell you that.
Well, one of us is leaving.
Well, what are we going to do then, Terry? What are we going to do?
Yes. That's it. More from me in a while.
We have the result from Gibraltar, so let's go to Gibraltar and hear from James Nish.
Was 19,322.
Hello, Johan. Yeah, it's Mum. Yeah, I know that. Hey, listen. Can you ring that traitor you call your dad and remind him about our agreement? Yeah. Oh, just do it, please, love. Yeah, tell him that when the last vote comes in favour of Remain, he'll be required to put his keys on the table and leave the property immediately. Yeah, never to return. As I will do if we vote to leave. Thanks, love. Bye.
Well, son. Right. Tarson, could you please ring the person who asked you to pass that message and tell her that although I'm aware of the terms of the agreement, she should be aware that there are another 381 seats yet to declare. Could you also advise the person who asked you to pass the message that most political commentators are saying that the result is too close to call? In fact, some polls predict a Leave victory. Tell her that in the light of this, I am willing to cancel the said agreement. Yes, that's right. Cancel the agreement and carry on as normal. Ta, son.
Hello, Johan. Yeah. Yes. Ta. Okay. Well, you can tell that traitor, who likes to call himself your dad, that because I am a forgiving person, a trait which I should mention is closely associated with the European values of his dad, I would normally be prepared to consider his proposal. But in the light of certain information that's come into my possession this morning, via a piece of paper that was shoved through the letterbox, I've decided to continue with the agreement. What, love? You sure you want to hear it? Well, okay. Here we go. I quote, "Hi, don't you think he's moving in with me if UK votes Remain? P.S. You can have these back." Yeah, it's his underpants, love. Well, you can tell him, whatever happens, win or lose, it's over. Okay, bye, love.
Yeah, I've got that, Johan. No further messages. Bye, son. Oh, son. He was a fantastic footballer, was Johan Cruyff. Yeah, could turn on a sixpence. Pity he wasn't British, eh? If only the city could have signed him. Imagine, Filbert Street, 1975. Alan Birchinall, Keith Weller, Johan Cruyff. What a bloody midfield the Foxes would have had, eh? Oh, and Frankie Worthington up front. Hey, we might actually have won the Premier League. So, bye, son. Love you.
Well, at 20 minutes to 5, we can now say the decision taken in 1975 by this country,
I don't believe it.
Common Market, has been reversed.
I don't bloody believe it.
To leave the EU.
We've won.
We are
We've won.
There is no way
Watch and listen carefully. This is history in the making.
the British people have spoken, and the answer is we're out.
We're all going to miss you, Terry, you know.
Are you?
Yes, of course we are. Where is he, by the way? He's not in there, is he?
Yeah. Don't look at me like that. It's what he wanted.
In a recycling box from the council? Keen on recycling, was he?
Was he, heck? The only thing he was keen on was other women. That and Leicester City bloody football club.
Does your Johan know about this?
Oh, leave our Johan out of it. The poor lad's upset enough as it is. No fuss, that's what Terry always said. No fancy casket, nothing like that. Bury me in a cardboard box, he said. So, there it is.
I never heard him say anything about a recycling bin.
Well, I was bloody married to him, alright. Anyway, I'm honouring his final wish. He always said he wanted to be scattered in the goal mouth. So I'm doing it. This afternoon.
You're taking him to the King Power Stadium? For the final time? That's nice.
Oh no, Linda. You never get permission to do that. No, it's, well, next best thing. There you go, Terry love. Sorry it couldn't have been King Power Stadium. But hey, you got the Brexit that you wanted. You just didn't reckon on Trexit. Oh, and I brought you something to keep you company. you go, Terry love. God bless.